Gupta.com, and if you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button, share this video, comment down below if you like it, and subscribe my channel if you've not done yet. So I'm here with another very great Python coding video, and today we are gonna do another chapter of Python, try except. So without any delay, let's get started. Dab! So, in Python try except, there are 4 blocks. First is a try block. So, it is just like a if statement only. What it does is basically it lets you test a block of code for errors. Like basically, if you want to test, for example, as you remember in JSON, if you want to convert a JSON string into a Python object, and you want that there should, and if you want that if there is any error problem coming, so you know that there is no problem error coming. So basically, like what you can do is that basically, what do you say? Yeah, basically, you want to try. You put a block of code in the try block because it lets you test if the whatever you're trying to do, if in between there are no errors coming, right? And the except block is that if there is any error coming, then it should go in the except block, and it lets you handle the errors. Like the normal, you can make your own error only, right? Or what you can do is like it handles the error. It won't come a bad, big, long error. It will be a small little baby error, right? To tell you. Now, what does the else block do? You know, in the if and else statement, the else block, what it does, it is executed when the try block is testing and there is no error. Then it goes in the else statement and executes whatever is written it to execute, right? And last but not the least, there is a finally block. What it does is basically it is a very cheeky block. What it does is that if there is an error in the try block, then it would execute the error, and then it would go on and it would print what is in the finally block. So basically it doesn't matter. It is like if whatever you're gonna put in the finally block, it will get printed. It will get off. It would may get executed before the error if there is an error in the code, or if there is no error. Like basically, it is gonna get executed whatever you have given in the finally block. Okay. Now there is exception handling. When an error occurs, or exception as well call it, Python will normally stop and generate an error message. These exceptions can be handled using the try statement. I know you didn't understand a single word. Just let me tell you this line, that exception, we call this error occurs, or you can even call it exception handling, right? So to understand what it's trying to say, what is called as error occurs and exception handling, let's see example. Like you give a try and it says print x. So this statement is wrong because we didn't define any variable as x. So this is wrong, right? This try is wrong. It's getting an error. So it will go in the except statement and it would print an exception occurred, right? So yeah, and now. Okay, so since the try block raises an error, the except block will be executed, right? It's saying that since this try block is getting an error because we didn't assign anything, x is not defined, right? We didn't assign anything as x, right? So That is why it would go inside the except station, except block. Since the try block raises an error, the except block will be executed. Without the try block, the program will crash and raise an error. Right? If you didn't give an try and except block, then the program will crash. Okay, and it would get this long and a very bad error message, right, which we do not want. So this will happen if you didn't give the try and accept. Many acceptations. You can define as many acceptation blocks as you want. Example, if you want to execute a special block of code for a special kind of error. Right? You didn't understand it. I know it pretty well. So let me tell you by the example. I don't know why I keep on singing whenever I am making a video. Like try print X. So this try is getting a error. So it sees except name error. So it checks, is this a name error? Yes, this is a name error. So it won't go inside the other except, and it would go inside this except and print variable X is not defined. Right? If this was what do you say? Oh, yeah, let's do this. That no, let's give right. Okay, so leave it. I wanted to show you that if this was a name error, right? This was the name error, and it would print the variable X is not defined. But I wanted to give an example so that it would go inside this except statement. But I'm not understanding what example to give, so it's okay. Like basically you understood now, cause this is a try print X. Now it says except there are two excepts. First it sees the first except, it sees except name error. Then it goes once again in the try and sees, is this a name error? Yes, it is a name error. So it won't go in the other except, and it would print only this except variable X is not defined. Now else. Now you learned right now that there is an else block as well. So, you can use the else keyword to define a block of code to be executed if no errors were raised. Right? You can use this is when the else block is used, that if there are no errors in the try block, then you can use it to go in the else statement and print this the block you want to be executed if there are no errors. So you see in the try block print hello. So there is nothing wrong in this, right? So if there is no error, so why will it go inside the except? It won't go in the except, and it would go inside the else statement. It would print hello, right? Because we gave here print in the try, but it would also go in the else statement and print nothing went wrong, and you can see. Okay, let's move on. Now there is our finally block example. Now print X, right? So this try print X, so this is a wrong, right? This is wrong. The try is getting an error. It would go inside the except statement and print something went wrong. But it would also go in the finally block and print whatever you want to get it to execute. Basically the finally block will be executed. If there is an error, still it will be executed. If there is no error, then also it will be executed. Okay. This can be useful to close objects and clean up resources. This finally and everything can be used for like clothing objects and as well cleaning up resources. If you didn't understand cleaning up resources, let me tell you it by the example. Now there is a we are giving try f is equals to open demo file.txt. Now there is a demo file.txt that you have made, okay, right, and you're trying to open it. So we have when opened it, then you're trying to write some lorem ipsum. So if maybe the file would be read only, so it would, and you're not able to write what you want to, then it would go in the else statement and print something went wrong. But if the file in that file it was not a read only file and you could be able to write, then what it would do, it would print something, I mean it would print it would it would not print anything. What it would it do, it would just write lorem ipsum in that file and then it would close it, right, because there was no error if you were able to open as well and you were able to write as well, right? But if there was no file you made as demo file, then it would not go anything inside here and it would go in this except and print something went wrong when opening the file, right? So basically if you were able to open the file but you weren't able to write anything, so you will go inside, it would go inside this except. And if you were not, if there was no file created as demo file and you were not able to open it, then it would print except this. But if there was no error while opening and as well writing anything, so it would just open that file, it would write lorem ipsum and then close that file and it won't print anything, right? The program can continue without leaving the file object open. Raise an exception. As a Python developer, you can choose to throw an exception if a condition occurs. Let's understand by the example. There is a variable x and its value is -1. If you're doing if x, you're doing if x less than 0. Now this if statement is true. So you can raise an error, that exception error, that's sorry, no numbers below 0, right? So like you can raise, you can throw an error, an exception error like this, right? The raise keyword is used to raise an exception. But it's not only for exception. If there was a type error, like if you wanted integer but it was a string, right? So you can give over here not only exception, you can give here type error or name error or like what kind of error you want, right? So you have given x is equals to hello, then you give if not type x, like if x type is not int, right? So if this if statement is true, so it sees raise type error, only integers are allowed. So as you can see, there is a type error also coming in here and then you're printing your following line. And we are done with our Python try except, guys. I really hope you liked my video, guys. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video, comment down below if you like it, and subscribe my channel if you've not done yet. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Dab 3, 2, 1.